Hello, we're day 5 of lockdown 2, and it's the sacrum, the lower part of the back. It's this area. I just want to show you. If I go stand here, it's this area from here, so right down into your coccyx. Often, especially, I always call it the gardener's back. We get problems going on here, right into these spots here, which are sort of the psoas, the PSOAS. And that's quite a thick band, muscle band, and that can really cause problems. So we're going to work a little bit on that today. So let's just start. Yesterday we did rolling like a ball. We're going to do the same, but today we're going to start with the roll. So we're not going to, I think I'll go this way. So we're not going to be lying down and pulling up. We're going to start upright and roll down. Easier option is to take hold of the back of the legs, but if you can take hold of the front of the calves, pull your knees in towards you and tuck your chin onto your chest, and then slowly pulling in the abs, roll down, come up and see if you can hold the balance. We want to keep that forehead as close to the knees as you possibly can, all the way down. So it's very tempting to flip the head back. To save any strain through the neck, you're going to keep the chin the chin, down onto your chest, and your forehead towards your knees. Let's do one more. So breathing in to go down, out to lift up, hold the balance if you can, and then put the feet to the floor. Now from here, I'd like you just to roll over onto your side, so you're onto your forearm, and with your knees bent, sort of coming out in line with your pelvis, or with your hips, and the feet are in line with your knees. Maybe the feet tap back a little bit more. And all I'd like to do is the clam, really. We're just going to lift and lower. So this is working into that area that I pointed out, into your bottom. You need to have the abs pulling in and sort of lifting the ribs away from the mat as you do this. So you've got control. Another exercise that is really good for this sacrum area, we did yesterday, it's the shoulder bridge, which you're all very familiar with, where you're just rolling up and laying down. I'm going to do 4 more of these. When you're doing the shoulder bridge, the important thing is to tilt the pelvis at the end when you've lifted, so that you're really working into the glutes and hamstrings. Okay, so last one there. From here, come up to sitting and just have the soles of the feet together. This is really working the waist, but we're just going to take it round to just loosen through there. So just taking it around as far as you can, pulling in with the abs, sitting up as straight as you can. Turn the palms up to help the shoulders to drop. Let's take it to the other side, taking it round. Okay, just once more to each side. It's just to loosen through there. Take it round a little bit further if you can, and back. Last one, round, and to the center. Okay, from here we're going to go over to the other side. So onto your forearm, knees are bent, feet are together, sort of stacked on top of each other, and lift the ribs away, and then it's just a lift and lower. You might find you can't lift that leg very high, you can't open very much. That's absolutely fine, but we're going to just really try to work into this lower part of the back. So we'll do, I think we'll do 4 more after this one. Not really sure if it's the same amount, but who's counting? I'm not. So we'll do 3 more. Last 2. Well done. And 1 more. And close. Excellent. From here, come down over onto your tummy with your hands forwards down. So toes are flat to the floor, hands are forwards. You're looking to the floor to start with. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, start to walk your hands in towards you. And as you do so, drop the shoulders. If your neck will allow, look up to the ceiling. Take a breath in and hold. Tighten. And as you breathe out, run away. Now, if your back is giving you any trouble, keep the elbows to the floor and walk in. If your neck will allow, you're going to look up, but if not, just look to the floor, but slide the shoulders. Try and lift your chest as much as you can. So up to you or up to here. Take a breath in. Some of you find this exercise an absolute joy. You feel so much release through this. Elspeth springs to mind. I know that you love this exercise, Elspeth. It's just great for getting the body working, releasing any tension in that lower back. And of course, if you're a big gardener, that's what you need to be getting into, really sorting out this lower back to loosen, but also to strengthen the muscles that surround it. Take a breath in and breathe out, relax down. 2 more of these, breathing in to prepare, breathe out, walk in, walk in, walk in. It's really important to keep the hips into the mat. You don't want the hips to lift off the floor. If they do, that will put a lot of strain through your lower back, which is the very last thing we want. Last one, breathing in to prepare, and breathe out, walk the hands in and lift, lift, slide, look up, and then slide away. From here, just come up onto your forearms and then onto your knees and up onto your hands, and just arch the spine, push the tummy, pull the tummy button up to the spine. So we're just getting flexion, having done extension through the spine, we're just flexing there. And sit back into a stretch. And now back down onto your tummy with your forehead onto your hands. So you're relaxing through the upper back, through the upper body. And I'd like you to bend any leg, one knee, keep the knee bent, toes are pushed down towards the floor, so your toes are flexed. And you're going to push the sole of the foot up to the ceiling. So keeping your hip into the mat, push up, breathing out, and breathe in to lower down. We're going to do 4 like this to each side. So 4 to the same side, feeling your hip staying into the mat. Breathe out to lift and in to lower. 1 more. Breathe out, push up, and breathe in and straighten that leg. And we'll change legs, so the same thing. Keeping the hip pushing into the floor, so try not to let the hip roll. Breathe out to lift, in to lower. It's quite a slow and controlled move. Where we're targeting is that exact area that I told you about that I call the gardener's back. And it's actually right into your bottom, but it's sort of the top of your bottom, if that makes sense. Okay, now from here, same exercise, so you can stay as you are on your tummy, or if you feel you can, come up onto your hands and knees. Knees hip width apart, wrists under your shoulders, same thing. Bend the knee, and we're just going to push up for 4. Really being careful not to let the hips roll in the slightest. They're staying absolutely level with the floor. 2 more. Breathe out, trying to just keep your knee in line with your hip, so it's not coming lower than your hip, and bring it down and change sides. So we lift. The knee is, you're pushing the foot up and then just bringing the knee back in line with the hips. We're not letting it drop down to the floor at all, and the hips are staying level. 2 more. Breathe out to push up, into lower, and 1 more. Push up and bring it down, bring it all the way to the floor. Sit back into a stretch. I'm finding that's quite a pull now through my back because I've worked it quite hard. Bring the hands behind you, take hold of your feet. Just hold here. Excellent. Bring the arms forwards. Come up and just drop down and just look ahead. Drop the shoulders. Sit back into that stretch. Bring the hands behind you. Take a breath in. Breathe out, arms come forwards. Just drop the hips down. And from here, sit back into a stretch. And if you wanted to carry on with that, you can do. And now up to sitting. Well done. And that's another 10-minute session. I don't know if it might be a bit less, it might be a bit more. Thank you again for joining me. I'm hoping you're enjoying these exercises. Anything you can do each day will make such a difference, especially as we're in lockdown. You might have a bit more time that you can do exercises, so please do try and do them. Look forward to seeing you again. It's abs next time, so look forward to that. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.